PK here, and welcome to 12 Games a Year, the series where I only buy 12 games for all of 2018 with my own money, which means I can still get video games other ways, like through trades, or people can buy me games or send me codes or whatever. But anyways, this series I started to stop myself from buying too many games. What I never really considered is the fact that people could send me games or trade me games, and how that would affect me still accumulating games regardless. So anyways, if you've never seen an episode of this, don't worry. I'm actually going to recap the entire what happened in the last 11 episodes of this series from last year. So anyways, let's get right to it. Let's recap the first 11 games that I got in 2018. Well, first up, I had the Pac-Man plug-and play, which has 12 games in one. So I already cheated right out the gate, which is something I would totally do. So perfect, honestly. Up next, I have Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for the Wii U. This was obviously a kind of a protest buy because I was a little frustrated with the fact that it came to the Switch for $60, even though it wasn't even $60 when it came out originally on the Wii U. And I already have a Wii U and I don't care about playing portably, so I was like, yeah, and I don't care about Funky Kong, so perfect for me. The next game I got was, I don't actually have it pictured here because I never got a physical version. I actually got that game digitally. I'll just point to something and there'll be a picture here, and that is Cat Quest for the Nintendo Switch. The physical version actually came out much later, before I had bought this. In fact, I'd actually borrowed it on PS4 and played it and really enjoyed it, and I was like, yeah, this game's awesome, I'm getting it. So that's what I did, I got it. The next game I got actually was at the Midwest Gaming Classic in 2018, and that was Bucky O'Hare for the NES. Totally worth it. Awesome game. Love this. You know, it's Bucky O'Hare. I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for the cartoon, and I played a bit of the game and really enjoyed it. So I was like, you know what? I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to get this game again. So yeah, so Bucky O'Hare for the NES. The only NES game I bought for the entire 12 games a year. Up next is a childhood favorite, Double Dragon 2. I actually had this growing up and played the crap out of it, and I got it again. I beat it again too the minute I bought it. Yeah, I had just beat it, and anyways, it's a fantastic game. The next game I got was Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch, a game that I had bought on day one for the Wii U. Actually, I don't usually double dip, but this game was half the price of what I paid for the Wii U version, so I was like, yeah, I'm getting this game. And actually, what was interestingly enough, so for that video, I did like a review of my review of Breath of the Wild that I had made a long time ago, and basically like, you know, made fun of myself and even redacted some things that I said. So at some point, I'll probably have to do a review of the review, you know, to be truly postmodern and whatnot. But anyway, so yeah, Breath of the Wild, an awesome game. Great on the Wii U, great on the Switch. Love this game. The next game I got, of course, I am really excited that this is coming to the Nintendo Switch by the time you guys probably see this video, and that is Cuphead. Yes, I love this game so much that I decided to not only not open this game that's physical, I put it in a shadow box and put some cool pins around that my wife had gotten for me, so that's awesome. Originally got inspired to get this because, well, I had seen Smash JT's review and really enjoyed it, and then when I got the game, I was kind of like, I don't think this is going to work for my computer. And then the guys over at the Game Beaters actually said, hey, just try it out on your potato of a computer and see what happens. And it ended up actually working, and I've gotten pretty far in it, I think. I never beat it, but really enjoyed the crap out of this game, so yeah. And the next game I got was Shenmue 1 and 2 HD. Oh man, this was definitely a nostalgia feels buy. You know what I'm saying? I got this game because I had the serious case of the nostalgia feels. I mean, the Dreamcast was the first console I bought when I got into retro gaming back in 2012, and the Shenmue was one of the first games I ever bought for the Dreamcast, if not the first game, and I did a review about it like a really long time ago. So I had to get this game. What can I say? I played a little bit of it. I never really got too far because then like the next month Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, which we'll get to that later. But anyways, yeah, what can I say? Shenmue is awesome. The Cartridge Club's playing this game actually this year, so if you're playing along with the Cartridge Club, go check out whatever month that is. Maybe somebody in the comment section will comment below about that. But anyways, yeah, Shenmue 1 and 2 HD. The next game I got was RPG Maker Fez for the 3DS. I know some people, some other YouTubers who've been have played this or made their own games. Lumps the Clown. In fact, he's done like the PS1 version, which I have that game as well, but it's not very user friendly. This game is super user friendly, actually, as far as making RPGs. I mean, this is as good as it gets, honestly. And you can use the stylus pen, which is fantastic. I said a lot about it in my video about this. And Daria plays RPGs. She had made a game with this as well, and in fact I even played a little bit of that as well too, a while back. But in fact, what's cool about this game, of course, is you can buy the game to create the game, but you can also, if anybody you know has a 3DS, they can actually download RPG Maker Player, and they can actually play your game you've created, which is just freaking awesome. Yeah, definitely. RPG Maker. This was one of those. I'm really glad I got this in 2018. So these next two games, I kind of regret buying, honestly, and they're the last two games, so that kind of seems perfectly obvious. And that the first one is Golf Story. Golf Story is another game that Smash JT had done a review that I had bought this game digitally, and I don't have regrets about buying it digitally originally, but I don't think I really needed to buy this this is the only game I bought from Limited Run Games, and honestly, I'm never going to open it, because what's the point of opening it when I have it digitally? So I'm like, I look back on it now, and I'm like, did I really need this? I probably didn't, honestly, but I mean, yeah, it's cool to have it just to say I have it, but now I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever. And the next game I got, here's another kind of like day one purchase regret, I guess you would call it, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, this game is a beautiful game, without a doubt, and it's pretty fun. I mean, I played through like the first chapter of it and was having a good time, but then I just kind of like, my interest in it just kind of waned, and I think a lot of the reason I bought this brand new was because I have a lot of nostalgia for Red Dead Redemption and even Red Dead Revolver. I played both of those games. In fact, I beat Red Dead Redemption. But anyways, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, it's a beautiful game, but was it worth $60? Probably not. I think it's going for far less now. Anyways, those were the 11 games of the 12 games a year. So 12 games a year is a series about me, only buying again with my own money. 12 games for all of 2018. So I wanted to talk about the games that I acquired in spite of the fact that I didn't actually buy them, or at least for myself, for all of 2018. I want to talk about that so there's no confusion about what it is this series is about. So I want a chance to talk about those games too, since I did get them, So anyways, here we go. So let's jump right out in front here with the exceptions. As I talked about earlier, I cheated right out of the gate with the Pac-Man plug-and-play. So that's technically I think there's actually 13 games there in that Pac-Man plug-and-play. So obviously the series would have ended after the first episode, so that wouldn't have made any sense. So next up, I want to talk about the games I bought for my wife, actually, because I bought her some games, but they're obviously still in the house, so they may not be a part of my collection, but they are in the house. So it's possible I could play them, but I have not really played these games. But anyways, so let's start with the first one. I got Rayman Legends Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. I was browsing around Best Buy, waiting to get on a train, in Clybourne, and I told her, I was like, hey, I saw this, and it's really cheap. And she's like, yeah, buy it for me. And I'm like, okay. So I bought this for her. I myself have not really played it, so the next thing I got, which is a really interesting story behind it, is I got the Oregon Trail mini thing here, and I know she's in a lot of nostalgia for this, the original, obviously, and I played the original a bit too. I made it a point that she played this more than I did, obviously, and I tried it out for a little bit. It's whatever. It's Oregon Trail. I mean, it's not as obviously as good as playing it on a real computer, but so that was the other thing I got her. Now this is actually a Kickstarter that I had backed in 2017 and then didn't finally get until 2018. And I got this for my wife, and it's the Wisdom Tree Collection. We talked about doing an unboxing of this, and maybe we still will, honestly. You know, it'd be cool if my wife would do an unboxing with me. I don't know when she's ever really going to get time to do this, but hey, it could happen, right? So yeah, so we'll have to maybe we'll do an unboxing of this. She had a lot of nostalgia for the. I don't know if she. I wouldn't know. I don't know. I'll say she had a lot of nostalgia for. She has the game Joshua and the Battle of Jericho for the original Game Boy. So I thought, hey, this would be really cool to get for her since that has the NES version of it on a Game Boy Advance compilation. So yeah. So those were the games that my wife got from me. So here are the games my wife bought for me, actually, instead of me buying for her. And the first one's kind of an interesting story. My wife had not told me to delete my Amazon app for a time, and anyways, this was really interesting. So this game got delivered to my stepfather-in-law, and that's Dragon Quest Builders. I was like, I don't know that would be his type of game, so that really surprised me. It was supposed to be a surprise, and then of course on that same day, I basically hurt my ankle really, really bad. Had to go to the hospital that I was supposed to have gotten it, so I had to wait till that. It was on a Wednesday. It was the day before my birthday, so I had to wait till that Friday to get this for my birthday. So that was it was disappointing that I didn't get to get it right away, but I eventually got it and loved this. Played a lot of this. I think I've played this more than I even played Golf Story, which at the time was my most played game on the Switch. So yeah, I dig this freaking game, honestly. The next game my wife got me, which actually was a surprise, was Darksiders War Master Edition for Wii U. This was actually a Christmas present, and I actually was surprised by this because I didn't know I was going to get this. And how she found out I wanted this game is that it was on my Pinterest board. This is a game interesting enough that I had pre-ordered and then canceled my pre-order when I found out. I don't remember why exactly. They didn't send it to me in the right amount of time, and I'm like, well, the heck with them. I'm just not going to buy it. And I think she actually got it cheaper than what I would have spent on it. And it's actually coming out on the Nintendo Switch now because what can I say with the Switch? It's the most portable system, you know? So, and yeah, so those are the games my wife got me for during this 2018 season. Next up, these are some trades. I actually had done some trades with Joe of Joe Goes Retro. I actually made a video about this, but just never published the video just because I couldn't really edit it, and it's stuck on my phone somehow, and I just can't get it off there for whatever reason. But yeah, Joe traded me like 40 Atari 2600 games for a bunch of boxed NES games, and I threw some junk in there as well. And he did an entire video about this, actually. He combined it with a different video unboxing or something, and so it was the PK box, and I think he was very pleased with what he got, and I was very pleased with what I got because I doubled my Atari 2600 collection. So presents I got from friends. As I had mentioned in the Double Dragon 2 video, I actually got a box copy of River City Ransom from my friend Jeff Burnham as a kind of a graduation gift from graduating college. So yeah. It's River City Ransom. It's awesome. I think anybody who's watching this video should know that. And if you don't, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but here or there. So those were the physical games that I got. Now what about digital games? So I have this friend, we'll call them H. Okay, H used to work for this company, and they dealt with Nintendo gift cards and things like that. So H actually had me test out some download codes. And so by testing these download codes, then of course I acquired not one, not two, not three, but 7 different Nintendo Switch games digitally. And so here's the free games I basically got for free, and they are Celeste, Dark Souls Remastered, The Messenger, Just Shapes and Beats, because who wouldn't want Just Shapes and Beats? Hyper Light Drifter Special Edition, Octopath Traveler, and Fire Emblem Warriors. I've played a lot of The Messenger, I've played a lot of Celeste, I've tried out Dark Souls Remastered. Just Shapes and Beats is actually not half bad. It's kind of a difficult game. Hyper Light Drifter, I played a little bit of that. I haven't really started Octopath Traveler. I played a little of Fire Emblem Warriors, just really wasn't interested. Okay, so gold coins. So obviously I got a bunch of gold coins after, testing out some of these games, and I used those gold coins that I got to buy Wild Guns Reloaded, Monkey King, Master of the Clouds. I had some people hook me up with a download code, and I had somebody hook me up with a gift card. For example, Jogo's Retro hooked me up with a download code of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which is an awesome game. I played it and I did beat it. It's awesome. In fact, I even forgot to get one of the characters when I was playing it. It was really weird, but that's a fantastic game. Mr. Paku Paku actually, he had hooked me up with a eShop gift card because I had won some contest last year. I don't remember, honestly. I remember I had signed up for it, and then he sent it to me kind of late. But I used that to buy Versus Super Mario World, and then I used the remaining money left on it as a discount towards Cat Quest. So those are all the games that I acquired. In spite of my goal, of course, to only buy 12 games for all 2018, obviously I got far more. It's kind of like I got 100 games, honestly, in 2018, in spite of only purchasing 12 games. I just wanted to be fully 100% transparent with everybody here that it wasn't just me getting only 12 games for 2018, but only buying 12 games. So I think I cleared that up as much as possible.
What am I going to play tonight? Oh, hello. Hi there. That's right. I was supposed to continue filming my what is the 12th game for the 12 games a year. Well, a lot of time has gone by since I've, of course, shot the first two parts of my video. So the year is 2020. Can't tell you who won the election. It's going to be a surprise. Oh, who am I kidding? This won't probably come out till 2025, so you'll see it then. But anyways, so let's get on with what did I get for the 12th game? I know you guys are all dying to see it. With that, or you fast forwarded through here, which I don't blame you. No judgment from me, okay? So anyways, let's get on with it. What is game number 12? So the last game, or item I should say, I got was the NES Classic. I've wanted to get an NES Classic for a long time. All right, let's get the Raspberry Pi comments out of the way. I can hear you guys typing now about you should have just got a Raspberry Pi. It's such a common comment, and it's just so overdone, it's not even funny. People who are excited about Nintendo stuff don't really need to be witnessed by the Church of Raspberry Pi of Latter-day Rounds. What can I say? I don't care about the Raspberry Pi. We are absolutely aware that this item exists. You are not telling anyone any news they didn't already know. In fact, I knew about Raspberry Pis before the NES Classic ever even came out, to be honest. And here's the thing, people could also play ROMs on computers and not buy a Raspberry Pi as well, which does not get brought up nearly enough every time somebody says, hey, you could get a Raspberry Pi. One major reason I bought this is because years ago, I had made a video actually about the NES Classic, and I've made other videos too about my reaction when it was first announced. And I made videos about other things too, like the Retron 5, Shenmue 3, things like that. So I really wanted to follow through. You know, I always talk about how I'm so excited for something, and then I go and not buy it. So I wanted to follow through with it. And in fact, here's a quick clip of it. This is a condensed version of what basically I said in that video. This is really cool, and the way I look at it, you know, I like Nintendo, I like their games, and I want to support them, and this would be a great way. And also, since I have a kid on the way, I don't want him getting his greasy hands all over my, you know, controllers and my console. This would be great for him when he gets a little older. So this is going to be really awesome, and I'm really excited to get this. And this brings me to my next point. This is a way for me to introduce my son to the NES library in a compact and contained box. And what's really nice, of course, is the NES Classic, much like the SNES Classic, is really easy to hack. I mean, this thing is easier to hack than a Wii is, to be honest. It's very, very simple. So if I want to put more games on it, I can. In fact, I did. I actually put a couple more games on this thing. A while back, I watched a video from Daria Plays RPGs, and she had done a 5 NES games for little kids video, and it was really, really good and was really inspiring and gave me the idea to put, there was a couple games on there that I put on the NES Classic because of that. And there's one game in particular my son is really enjoying, and I can't remember the name of it. You'll have to watch her video to find out the name. And it's a frog game, and it's really, really fun. And he's really enjoying this game a lot. One other thing I really like about this, of course, for me personally, what I like about the NES Classic is that it's actual NES controllers, or that feel like NES controllers. And the downside, of course, is the cord is really short. But for my son, he doesn't even care about that. He actually uses my Super Smash Brothers Link Fight Pad because it has an analog on it, and he likes that it has an analog. And that's another thing I like about the NES Classic, of course, is that it has the Wii outputs or whatever that would plug into the Wiimote. So that's really great too. And he's enjoying it. He is having a ball playing this. I've let him play it a couple times. In fact, every time we go down to the game room, he's like, "Daddy, can we play Frog Game?" And he just gets so excited about it. And so that's one thing I really like about the NES Classic. It's a way for me to show my child what an NES was like, but without all the, ancient problems that the NES had. Because let's face it, it wasn't a perfect system. In fact, a number of 72 pins connectors that have been replaced over the years by many NES owners just proves that it was not perfect by any means. Whereas this is just, it is what it is. You can have as many games on here as you want, or not as many. And that's one thing why I've never really been a fan of the Raspberry Pi, is because, yes, you could put a lot of games on there, more games on something like that, but I like the fact that there's a limit here. You can't just put every single game ever made in the world on an NES Classic. I like that it's self-contained, it's simple, and it doesn't require a whole lot of effort. So I'm loving the NES Classic. I think it was a great purchase choice, and I can't recommend it enough. I love it, and especially if you have a kid. I thought it was $60 well spent. So, and I'm really, really happy I got it. Anyways, so this was my experience. This is the end of 12 games a year. Finally, I'm probably showing this to you in 2030, but you're finally seeing this video for what it is, and you're like, "Oh, I could totally forgot about that. I'm almost in a retirement home now," But anyways, so my thoughts on this this challenge I did for myself, this thing that I did. I would do it very differently if I had to do this all over again, like put actual money limitation stipulations on it, because that's what I did. I was just get 12 games a year, but I really obviously got more than 12 games a year regardless. So it was kind of futile in that respect. But I also probably should have put some kind of limited budget, maybe done it a 360 challenge, where it's only $30 some a month that you could possibly spend on video games, as opposed to spending whatever I want on one game. I could have spent $100 on a video game, honestly, which is kind of what I did with Bucky O'Hare, actually. So, but I never put a limit, you know what I mean? So it wasn't a budget conscious focused series. It was more just don't accumulate lots of stuff, even though you're still going to accumulate lots of stuff. So that was the point so the challenge, I feel like the challenge could have been more well thought out and well conceived. But overall, I'm happy with this, because again, I did probably stop myself from accumulating a lot of stuff. And in the year 2019, which is the real year this actually is being video recorded, I can honestly say that I don't buy games as hastily now as I do from doing this challenge. I would not recommend anyone under any circumstance to do this challenge, but I thought it was good for me personally, and doing these videos really helped keep me accountable for all the video games that I bought. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this series. And if you stuck around for this long or fast forwarded along to this far, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate all the views and all the love and whatnot. You guys are the best. And shout out to all the people that I didn't mention who probably have slipped my mind, that also have had some type of effect in one way or another in talking to me about the games that I've bought, and the people who've commented throughout the year of 2018. I wish I could comment on everyone's videos about everything. And I don't know what else I can say other than, again, thank you guys so much, and keep on gaming. Have a great day. Bye.